Okay, welcome to my MegaCon 2021 haul video. Now, before I get started with basically what I got today, now this con was actually supposed to be the original date for this thing was supposed to be April of last year, but got delayed because of the pandemic. It was delayed first of June because I think they figured that something would be okay in a couple months. Nope, it didn't. So they moved it to March of this year, and then announced they have a limited edition version in October. I was hoping to go that one. Nope, got canceled. Don't really know why. It's kind of weird. And you get to March, like in less than 1 month away. Actually, it was like just close to a month. They're like, nope, we're not having it in March. We're having it in August instead. It's almost like the March date was not exactly going to be. It's like they didn't have faith in that particular date. That's what it seemed like. And then gets to the Comic Con finally. That was supposed to be last year. Waited 2 years since the last con to finally go to this con, and wow, stuff has gone up basically when it comes to this one. Now, presentation wise, it's the same as usual. Though they did change the building where they had it from last time, which is kind of interesting. Yes, because previously it was in the white building for the convention center. And then I get there, and then I move down like, wait, why are these cosplayers going to stop for? Oh, there's a shuttle. Yes, there is in fact a shuttle, which takes you from the center we think is supposed to be where the con is. That's where it's advertised, but no, it's actually across the street. At this brown building, and I was able to get in there no problem. And this is, of course, overall they said kind of had to go to recently where I had to wear a mask. Yep, I had to wear a mask because of the pandemic. I wasn't too pleased with it, but I had to wear it because it was necessary. Now, when I got there, I decided to go visit Luther Christian first. I will get to the stuff, but don't worry about that. Now let's start off basically what I got today. Oh, before I show what I got off, there was about 5 creators I was not able to get autographs from. Now, these people I was able to find: Jim Shooter, Dan DiDio, Mike Minshaw, Mayhew, and Clayton Creighton. These 4 couldn't find them. Search everywhere, just couldn't find these 4 at all. It's like I think they were supposed to have a table for these people, but I just couldn't find it. Frank Cho, supposed to get an autograph from him, wasn't at his table at all. And I wasn't getting an autograph from Bob Hall. I thought this would be a good idea. Like, I didn't mind that he was charging so little money, but wasn't able to take a credit card. Nope. I didn't have PayPal, so I'm not going to pay him that way, so I decided not to worry about it for him. But Jim Shooter, day before this con started, they announced he was going to be there, and I get there, couldn't find him. I don't know where the heck he was. I searched everywhere for him. Like, maybe they misplaced him with him? I'm not really sure. Now, these 2 things here I got for people at my work. Like, I got a t-shirt for my manager, and I got a plushie for my coworkers. Yeah, I'm not going to show up here because they're hard to watch it, but they'll find out when I get to work tomorrow of who they're going to go to. Alright, the stuff I got. Well, this one here, I got this signed by Ron Venditti, one of a couple books I got signed by him. There he is right there. I actually did ask him, like, why did this run end at the 29 issues? It was because stuff was still going on last year, and I guess DC didn't have faith in the book, so that's why I ended it. And I did tell him I really enjoyed Godhead. He appreciated that. This one here, okay, that's not my Tyler Kirkham. I really hope they get the rest of the people who did this book to sign it. Yep. This book here, I got the sign, but the artist who did this, Todd Harris. Yep. I got him this, Tony Harris, excuse me. I got him to sign this. He loved working on this. Here's his autograph right here on this intro page. Now, I did ask him the obvious question of why in the world Jack Knight didn't make appearances very much outside of his own title. Money. He had to be paid per appearance. That was the reason for it. And he did tell me this. I thought this was interesting. He's going to be appearing on the Stargirl series. Yes, Jack Knight. I'm like, cool. And he said he loved working with the guy. And I tell how much that basically the artwork for like a noir. He says, oh yeah, that's his art style. Which is good. Alright. This I also got signed by Robert Venditti. Yep. Now, he told me this. I did not know this. This was the very first comic he worked on. Yeah. He also told me when he started his run for Green Lantern back in I think it was like 2013, I think it was. He said this book had been going on for 5 months when he got the Green Lantern book. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. They both started around the same time. I think they ended around the same time too. Do I think Green Lantern ended for X-Men War? Yeah. Of all the books he worked on, this is by far his longest one to date. I also told him I really enjoyed Hal Jordan Lantern Corps and Wrath of the... I don't know if you heard about that one, the Wrath of the Eternal Warrior. And, well, he did technically bring him in, so, yeah, he was very appreciative of doing that. Alright, this book here, I got the sign with the guy who inked this one. Yes, Under the Red Hood. It was Rodney Ramos. Yep, I got him to sign it. Because, well, he did ink this, so why not? Interesting guy to talk to, that one. Yep. I did ask him, did he see the movie based on this one? He said no, he has not seen it yet. The movie's been out for several years. I don't know why he didn't see it. This one I actually bought. Yes. I really love getting this thing. Now, oddly enough, in case you're curious though, I actually couldn't find the booth there was a booth that last summer Comic Cons I went to that sold like anime, light novels, manga. I honestly didn't see that one there. No, I didn't see that booth. The booth I got this at basically was selling anime, a whole boatload of anime for regular prices. This one was basically about $25. Yeah. But this is all worth paying for because this movie's good. I did see also they did have the fabulous one, Lupin the Third versus Conan, Detective Conan, the movie. This is the special. This is the first of the two stories for that one. Yep. That was actually one of the stuff I bought. Here's another thing I bought. Punisher Volume 2. Actually, it's Volume 3. King of New York Streets. Yep, I'm going to be looking forward to reading this. I also want to get my hands on Volume 2, which will finish up Becky Cohen's run for the book. I also got Marvel Knights 20th. Yep. A series done by Matthew Rosenberg. Yep, he was one of the writers for this thing. Yeah, he pretty much did issues 2 and 5. Yes, 2 and 5. Also, mostly the series is done by Donny Coates. And this should be quite interesting to review when I get a chance to do this one. Yep. Oh, this one. Get this. This book's trade is $35. By the way, I got these two here. This book. And this book for a pretty decent price. Okay, 4 books for $20. Yeah, all 4 of these books, $20. Yeah. Defender's Best Defense. That's going to be really interesting. I've already discussed this one already. And this one. Come on, stay there. Don't move here. Thank you. And of course, Generations, a $35 book that I got for basically as a combo for $20 because I really wanted to get my hands on this because I did not want to pay $35 for this trade. So I was looking at the regular price for the damn thing. This here I got from the creator of Zombie Tramp. And you're probably asking, Nick, what the heck is Zombie Tramp? Well, it's an independent comic book. I think started like a decade ago, I think it was. Yeah. I did tell him that I actually have read the whole thing. Yes, every issue that has officially come off of the damn thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, this character's around since like 2009. Yep. And I've read like every issue that's come out for it. Now, he did tell me this, that I did talk to him a lot about basically Zombie Chip, because suppose his creation. Now, I did talk to him also about Vampblade and Dollface. Dollface, he told me that was supposed to be for teens. It was a teen book. Black Betty, and he agreed with me. She's a bodybuilder. Yeah. At one point, she apparently killed Zombie Tramp and had her trap in a tattoo of hers. Yeah, and also, if you ever get a chance to read the Zombie Tramp vs. Vampire miniseries, here's something quite interesting, though, you might find interesting. The creator of Vampblade and the creator of Zombie Champ do not get along with each other. So apparently, they put that in the book by having their characters not get along with each other. And, like, he has since ended his time working with Action Lab, because they also, for some reason, I did also talk about a Comixology. They stopped putting the advertising with issue 70, which I thought that was kind of weird. And he did say there was an issue come out this week, issue 81. And of all the books for Action Lab they come out with, it didn't last for a couple of years, if they're lucky. So, like, Zombie Chamber is the longest one they can put out. I mean, 80 issues? Damn, that's a lot. Yep. This one here, I got this signed by the cover artist, Andrew Robinson. I did not ask him if, in fact, he was related to the writer of the book, James Robinson. One of the writers of the book, James Robinson. This one here is a DVD I got this signed by Lucia Christian. Yep, it says, "To Nick, love and berries. Lucy and Nami." Yeah, it's so good. Because basically we had a great conversation. Like, I showed her a list of my favorite characters she's voiced. I gave it to her, and she was very appreciative of it. And we actually took a picture together. Yes, an actual picture. Which, yes, I did pay for it. No, I would not share exactly how much it is. That they actually raised the price and the last was there. Yep, here we are. That's me and Lucy. And that plushie she's holding is actually mine. I brought it so I can show her because I have one. She was so appreciative that I brought the damn thing. Yeah, she was so appreciative of it that she basically held it while we took the picture. And I mean, look how tall I am compared to her. I'm kind of surprised at the fact. Now, based on her name, being her name is Lucy. Now, here's something quite interesting though. I did ask her, does her husband ever say, "Lucy, I'm home"? She says yes. Once a blue moon, he would say that. Yes, so at least that she has heard the "I love Lucy" joke, which was so funny. She was also very appreciative that I really like the character Martha from Death March Parallel Rhapsody. The fact I put her on my favorite characters list. She was very appreciative of that. I talked to her briefly how I met Kyle Phillips, Austin Tennell, of course, Christopher Sabat, Todd Heppercorn. I even told her that I do love Colleen's work, Colleen Clickenbeard. And the fact my favorite character of hers is Urza, with my second favorite of hers being Luffy. Yeah, she was very appreciative of it. And she was very appreciative of this. I gave her one of my business cards. She was very appreciative of it. And I even told her, I tweeted her I was going to come to Comic Con. She's like, "Oh, okay." And, well, she has since tweeted back. She actually liked the tweet. I posted the picture. And how I love the fact I got a chance to meet her today. It was fantastic. If anybody ever gets a chance to meet Lucia Christian, Lucy Christian. She is an awesome person to me in person. Yes. She's absolutely very wonderful. Yes, she is a decade older than I am. I'm not gonna hold that against her. But she looks fantastic for a woman her age. She's only like 43, 44ish. Yeah. But I mean, I knew that she was married because she has mentioned it in interviews and mentioned about her kids. I did not talk to her kids. No, I did not talk about her kids. Apparently, she's got 2 kids. She mentioned it in, I believe it was in the Funimation Con last year that she mentioned she actually has kids. So I did not talk to her about her kids aside from the one brief comment I made about her husband. I didn't exactly talk to her much about her family because I figured that she'd not want against it. But I talked to her mostly a little about basically some anime. She really loved the fact that I brought this with me. Yeah, she loves this movie, and she has pointed out, though, I initially didn't notice this, that every time they release one of these movies, it shows up new animation style that the series is doing. And I did mention to her that the current director for the current arc for Wano is the guy, I think he directed Z, if I'm not mistaken. And she was surprised and quite happy with it because Z is a great movie for One Piece. It's fantastic. So Elise kept her informed, and like she gets handsome on her name, and just really good meeting. All right, this one here, there's a very interesting story with this one. Okay, this is One Hit Wonder. I got a chance to meet the guy who behind this. I actually bought this from his table because originally I was going to bring this for him to sign because I figured though he created Spider Noir, he might want to sign this. He refused to sign it. The reason is because, oh, by the way, before I continue, the artist who did this is the same one who did like a lot of Brubaker's work for Image. One Hit Wonder. I actually bought this for like $20 from him. I talked to him a lot about Spider-Man Noir and the fact how some people at Marvel just disrespected him. Him and David Hayne. Yes, they got disrespected. The fact that this miniseries has got nothing to do with what they created. The fact that he only just worked on the characters for the initial 2 miniseries Spider-Man Noir and a one-shot. The fact that Marvel didn't have faith in the character of Spider-Man Noir. The fact that he also mentioned of the reason why that Spider-Man Noir and X-Men were the only 2 out of all the miniseries for Marvel Noir that got a sequel. The reason being because those 2 made money. Iron Man Noir, Luke Cage, they flopped. They were terrible miniseries. Oh no. And of course, also David Hayne and of course Scott Snyder, they go on to do fantastic work with Batman. And despite the fact that he wasn't also, I did talk to him briefly about the Spider-Man Noir in Shattered Dimensions. He did love that version. He didn't like the fact he wasn't involved with that per se, but he loved that version. I personally loved it too. He said that, well, according to him, they did slightly alter the mask and they got rid of the trench coats, which they said was hard to animate, which, okay, that's perfectly understandable. He was not very appreciative of the fact that Chris, in the first issue of Spider-Man Gaiden, that they killed off Spider-Man Noir in the opening issue. He hated that. He says that basically for 7 years they did nothing with Spider-Man Noir, and then all of a sudden they wanted to do something with him. After being 7 years out of print. And so yeah, the thing doesn't sell. 3rd printing of the original trade. And the fact I did briefly bring up to him about the complete collection of Spider-Man Noir, which collected the 2 mini-series for Spider-Man Noir, the first issue of Spider-Verse. It was the last thing he was involved with for Spider-Man Noir. And he also did say a few other things. The nightclub was something he was playing in the early stages. Vulture being a cannibal was actually his idea. That was all his idea. The mask that Peter wears, that was actually his uncle's. Yeah, the mask with the goggles, because his uncle, Ben Parker, was a pilot in the First World War, so that's the reason why. And he did also mention, though, that the Edge of Spider-Verse issue, that's actually in 1940. while in the case of the first two miniseries is 1932 and 1933, and he brought up the fact that, well, the series dealt with social issues, which, yes, that's definitely true. I read it. I agree with them. I also talked briefly about some people's opinion about the first two miniseries, that they thought they were garbage. They were terrible miniseries. And I told them, and I told them that, what book were they reading? Because it clearly wasn't Spider-Man Noir, because Spider-Man Noir is awesome. He agrees with that opinion. There was also plans to do other stuff. There was like a short video that he did. There was going to be another miniseries planned. And I even told him, out of all the Noir books, Spider-Man was the only one who actually could have been successful as an ongoing series. But the thing is, that was actually planned for the start, but he was the only one basically who was going to be successful with it. That's what he's told me about it. And he didn't like this whole... He didn't care about this because it's not what he and David Hayne created. It's basically, well, Spider-Man being Indiana Jones. I mean, I tried to show this off to him. I figured he wanted to sign it, like I said, but he didn't want to sign it because he had nothing to do with it. Despite the fact he created this character, he had nothing to do with it. Yeah. And the fact that he made Crime Master, who was basically a goofball originally, yeah, that's definitely true. He only appeared just a couple times, both versions. The fact that he changed Dr. Octopus was quite interesting. And he was asked, I did ask him, was Venom ever planned to be in the miniseries? In the miniseries, I asked him, like, where was Venom? They actually were asked to put Venom in the miniseries, but they said no. That was the only character they did not want to put in there, and they pretty much handled a lot of the really big ones in the initial two miniseries. Plus, of course, in the actual one shot that they did for Edge of Spider-Verse, where they included Mysterio and the Kingpin. Now, I did tell him that Spider-Man Noir, my favorite of the Noir miniseries that came out, my second favorite being X-Men. And apparently it was something with Angelo type of thing, where it's supposed to be a different type of series. And then the last one, they changed it to X-Men Noir. And that's the reason why that they did that. And I also talked to him about the difference between, like, how Noir got his powers and Spider-Man were having a better like Spider. And of course, well, Noir got his from the goddess Shanti, which, yes, that is definitely true. He, from what I could tell, he was very appreciative of the fact I brought up some stuff in the stuff that I remembered a lot of stuff about the two Noir miniseries. He was very appreciative of that. As a matter of fact, a lot of the creators were very appreciative of the fact that I personally remember, like, a lot of the stuff they came up with in the actual series. And yeah, that's all I gotta say about it. He's a nice person to meet, but don't bring this book. Just reminder, don't ever bring this book to him to sign, because he will not sign it. Like, I'm sure that the writer, Margaret Scholl, she probably would have no problem signing this at all, but don't bring it to David Hayne or Faber Zabrowski, the guy who did this. Yeah, just whatever you do, don't bring it to him, because he will not sign it. Because he will blatantly refuse, because he had nothing to do with that at all. So please, do not bring that from the sign if you ever meet him. I learned that basically by bringing it to him. More Zombie Tramp. Yep, that's the actual Zombie Tramp. Alright. These two comics I bought from him. No, I'm not saying how much I paid for it. This is Sad Girl, Psycho Baby, and Sugar. Two very adult series. Yeah, the guy is known for being an adult artist. Because, like, I did mention to him that Zombie Tramp and Vampire have a tendency to go naked every issue. Well, that's on purpose because they're basically adult series. And Dollface, teenage series. Series of teenagers. Black Betty never went nude as far as I can tell. No, she never did. This one I bought is one of 3 that I can get for like 20% off. Power Girl, Volume 1. Yep, A New Beginning. Looking forward to reviewing this thing. Alright, there is a couple more things and we're done. We have He-Man Thundercats. When I saw this, I had to take this. I love this damn thing. It's so freaking good. Yes, such a really good miniseries. And finally, we have Batman Private Casebook. Yes, I'm so looking forward to reading this thing. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to it. This should be amazing to read and review. You'll get my thoughts on this in the future. Yeah, good con, definitely. Hopefully when that's the next one, please don't delay it again. I hope to God no. Okay, so that is it for this haul video. I'm going to do a haul video, another Comic Corner, and then I'll take a brief break, just to rest my voice for a bit, and I'll do one more Comic Corner. I will stick it to Shaman King. I might get time to do it, so I'm not sure, but it depends. Okay, next video. Bye.